Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Sir Meerkat, and welcome back to the Moto Meerkat channel. So I've seen lots of videos in the past on sponsors in Formula 1 and asking just who they really are, such as Rocket Phones, who sponsored Williams last year and continue to sponsor them this year, and of course the infamous Rich Energy, who sponsored Haas last year in 2019 but do not sponsor them in 2020 anymore because they were unbelievably shady, as we all know. So there have been a few new sponsors coming into the sport in 2020. One of them is called INEOS, who have been revealed as one of Mercedes' new sponsors, but no one seems to really be talking about them. So they are the ones that have brought some new red to the Mercedes car, which has split opinions in the F1 paddock, to say the least, of whether it really works with the silver arrows, but I'll leave my opinion on that to my upcoming livery rank video. So today, I thought I'd delve a little deeper into INEOS as a company and their history in sport in general, just to enlighten you as to what they actually do and how they'll assist Mercedes in 2020 and further on into the future. So let's get started. So INEOS are the biggest multinational chemicals company in the world. In 2019 alone, they were able to bring in $85 billion in sales revenue. That is mental money. They were founded in 1998 by a man called Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who some of you may know as Britain's richest man. Not a bad title to have, to be fair. So Ratcliffe and his sons created the name by combining the Latin word ineo, meaning new beginning, and the Greek word neos, meaning new and innovative. He first set the company up to purchase a special chemical factory from the company that he was working at the time, called Inspec. The company grew really quickly, most notably buying Inovine, the refining subsidiary of BP, the absolute oil giant, in 2005, and this immediately quadrupled INEOS's turnover to $25 billion. So they continued to expand exponentially in their production in USA and China.
China.
With many joint ventures with other petrochemical companies, and they moved into producing biofuels as well in 2011 with a new advanced facility in Florida in the United States where they could produce 8 million gallons of ethanol and 6 megawatts of electricity per year. They're also well known for buying the Forties pipeline system in the North Sea off BP, again having lots of dealings with BP, so they bought that in 2017 for $250 million. So with INEOS, its company, and its owner, Mr. Jim Ratcliffe, or sorry, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, apologies Jim, we're dealing with unbelievably big numbers. Like, these are huge, many millions, and often many billions, so very powerful people with a lot of money. But INEOS have had their fair share of controversy too. In 2016, INEOS's facility in Port of Runcorn in Cheshire, England, was found guilty of releasing caustic soda into the Manchester shipping canal, and they had to pay a fine of around £170,000, which, if you think about it, like, that is rubbish by the British government there. 170 grand to a company that's turning over billions is absolutely nothing. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to stop them from dumping stuff in the future, isn't it? So let's move on to looking at INEOS in sport. Jim Ratcliffe is quoted as saying, "We make $6 billion to $7 billion a year in profit. What's wrong with investing a bit of that into sport? Good challenges and some good people." And Sir Ratcliffe has gone a little bit further than investing a bit. He's begun investing in cycling, sailing, running, and now, of course, Formula 1. The first sport endeavour INEOS had was they created the INEOS Team UK in 2018 to compete in the America's Cup Challenge. Now, this investment was of around 110 million from INEOS to compete in this America's Cup Challenge, which is touted as the pinnacle of yachting, and it's a head-to-head event where the team who won the cup previously are called the Defenders, so they host the race in the company that they're from, and the team who want to take the cup off their hand are called the Challengers. I can't pretend that I know anything about sailing, it has no interest to me at all, but it seems to be that they're entering right at the top end of the sport, and INEOS have managed to secure Sir Ben Ainsley as their pilot, I guess you would say. I'm not really sure what the right word is for sailing, but yeah, they're pilots of the vessel, who even someone like me who's never watched sailing in their life has heard of his name, so even them, the team must be pretty decent. So in March 2019, INEOS announced that they would be buying Team Sky. So Team Sky is one of the biggest and best cycling teams of the modern era. Team Sky amassed 327 victories, including 8 Grand Tours in their time. So Grand Tours, from what I can work out, seem to be the big cycling races such as the Tour de France, which I assume we've all heard of. So all this really did was change the branding on like all the kits and stuff that this team had. The team was already there and was already established with the best riders and the best people really. So all INEOS did was chuck a load of money at it. And finally, INEOS created the INEOS 159 Challenge. So this was actually a very recent project in October 2019. They were able to get the Kenyan marathon runner Eliud Kipchoge, I'm so sorry if I completely butchered that name, but he successfully attempted to run a marathon in under 2 hours. Now this was absolutely groundbreaking in the world of running, as people thought for years that it could never be done, but INEOS were able to put this investment in and able to get Kipchoge to complete this incredible feat, and their name, their company brand, will be plastered over this in the history books for years to come. So it seems from their previous endeavours that INEOS have a habit of entering sports with the biggest and best team and then either buying them out or just having a big stake and really getting involved. And their investment has always been very rapid and very heavy-handed. So as we all know, very recently they have become a large sponsor of the Mercedes F1 team, pumping in $20 million a year from now until the end of the 2024 season. So that's a total investment of $100 million. Another pretty big investment from INEOS there. As we've seen from their previous endeavours, they never just dip their toes in the water, they go fully in. The one clear thing that this investment actually really shows is that Mercedes are definitely committed to F1 in 2021 and beyond. So this stubs out the rumours that were going around in the summer break lows that Mercedes is going to be quitting because they've been the best for so long. No, they've been the best for so long, so they're going to stay being the best, obviously. But other than that, all we can really do is speculate on how INEOS will be integrated into the Mercedes Formula 1 team and whether their involvement in the team is going to increase in future. So what do you think? Will we be seeing more red on the Mercedes in 2021? And will you like that? Red on the Mercedes when their biggest rival Ferrari is also red? I don't know. Or could INEOS possibly buy out the Mercedes team, similarly to how they did when they bought out the Team Sky in cycling? Only time will be able to tell us. Well, that's it for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope it was very informative and that you learnt something about not only INEOS, but how they've been sponsoring sports and how they could possibly change Mercedes and Formula 1 in general. So if you did enjoy, make sure to press that like button, as always, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already, because I'm going to have loads of new motorsport related content coming very soon. So I've been Sir Meerkat, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!